Hi everyone, this is Stan, your favorite Polish Taiwan YouTuber. Hope you're all having a great day. Welcome to today's show. Today let's talk about the failing Chinese economy. If you've been following the Chinese news recently, you probably know that Chinese students are currently more and more afraid of the so-called graduation equals unemployment. 毕业就是失业. This problem became only worse as it's almost impossible for the people who just graduated to find any kind of job without previous experience. But it's not only the recent graduates that have to worry about it. Experienced workers, people in their 40s and 50s, no matter if they're blue collar or white collar, everyone is concerned about the perspective of losing his or her job. And there is more and more news related to the topic of unemployment in China. For example, Nanjing Forestry University was hiring a librarian, and they offered only 2,280 RMB per month as salary, around 329 United States dollars. And of course, for such a position, there were no bonuses and benefits, and after the obligatory deduction of the payments for insurance and housing fund, there is only a bit more than 1,800 RMB, which is around $259. So, not much money left. Generally speaking, it is difficult to live in Nanjing with such a salary, but a large number of people still called the university inquiring about the job, and in the end, actually more than 2,000 resumes have been received by the university, and more than 100 people attended the interview. Even the university HR was shocked by how many people want to become librarians now. According to a report by Radio Free Asia, China's manufacturing hub Dongguan saw the closure of a large number of factories and a surplus of labor, which was caused by a decrease of orders to the companies based there. Some factories decided to recruit temporary workers only, and the hourly wages are around 9 RMB, which is 1.3 United States dollars. And according to the local regulations, the minimum wage should not be less than 20 RMB per hour, that is around 2.89 United States dollars. In order to reduce the pressure caused by the unemployment rate, the CCP has called on for more people to take the local civil service exams, and the number of candidates at those exams has also increased significantly this year, especially in some large provinces with better economies such as Guangdong, Jiangsu, and Zhejiang, which have expanded the number of examinees by 15.5, 13.6, and 18.4 percentage points respectively. And the number of young Chinese graduates taking civil servants exams has also hit a new high. Not so long ago, they weren't very interested in working as a civil servant, because the CCP provided relatively few protections and benefits for those who work for the government. But as job opportunities in private companies continue to decrease, and there is a possibility of layoffs at any time, the relatively stable job position of a civil servant seems quite attractive. Recently, in order to save the situation with unemployment amongst young people in China, the CCP announced the policy of encouraging companies to hire young workers, basically providing training subsidies and apprenticeship programs. But we all know that in China, due to their systemic corruption, the funds for those subsidies eventually will end up in the pockets of the people related to the CCP, and the actual implementation of policies will become distorted. And recently, one of the Chinese netizens published on the internet that their factory only recruits those who were born after 1990. Basically, people over the age of 30 are not eligible for employment at that factory. But in terms of social structure, the group of people aged 30 to 40, or even under the age of 50, is the group of people with the greatest economic pressure. They'll have elderly to take care for, many of them have children, and they're also under pressure of various loans. Well, I think this age-restricted recruitment condition will only become more and more serious in the future. Coupled with the serious problem of China's current aging population, such economic conditions and subsidy measures will only make China's birth rate worse. There is simply no way to make any changes. In addition, the CCP is also constantly reducing funds for social welfare, starting from the protest in Wuhan, when people couldn't get their insurance money. The monthly subsidies that used to go to the personal medical insurance account were reduced from 200 RMB to a little more than 80 RMB. This didn't only affect the medical care rights of the elderly in China, but also increased the burden on the children. And Xi Jinping mentioned himself in the report during the 20th National Congress of the Communist Party of China last year that there will be the implementation of the policy of gradually increasing the retirement age, meaning to delay the age at which Chinese people can receive pensions. At present, the legal retirement age in China is 60 years old for men and 55 years old for women. Blue-collar women can retire at 50 years old. In addition to increasing the retirement age, the CCP is also planning to increase the minimum period when you have to pay into the system before you become eligible for the pension. Currently, the minimum payment period for receiving pensions is 15 years. Therefore, if one or two policies are implemented, the CCP's government can save a huge amount of money for themselves. The retirement age is raised, the unemployment rate is high, and medical insurance money is scarce. Does this mean that the CCP is using its people again? Or, how they say it in China, harvesting the leaks? In addition, China's GDP cannot rely on real estate anymore. Now the transaction volume of China's real estate market is low and fewer people buy houses, so the scale of the new mortgages has declined. And currently there actually is a so-called early mortgage payment wave in China. People don't want to get their loans anymore. And if you want to repay early, there are special quotas for that. For example, one person waited for 10 months before he was given an opportunity to repay for his mortgage in advance. For China's banking industry, mortgages are almost the highest quality, most stable, huge-scale assets. If people repay them early, the loan business will stagnate, which is a rare phenomenon for China. Therefore, according to various signs, China's economy is indeed not in its best shape. Although the CCP's regime has been trying to cover up the fact, its wolf warrior diplomacy and the rising threat of global war make it difficult to pretend that economic problems don't exist. However, there is still some brainwashed people in Taiwan who always think that China's economy is very good, that China's welfare is very good, and that there is nothing wrong with being unified with the CCP. And this certainly is not the best thought to have at this time. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please press like, subscribe, and share. This is Stan. I see you in the next one. Bye bye.